Hey everybody, I'm Tom Vassell and welcome to 10,000 and Below. This is a series where I'm taking a look at the lowest rated games on Board Game Geek and just telling you what I think about them, what's interesting about them, ones that catch my eye. Now, a couple things. I'm recording this on September 22nd, 2020. I've been going through this series for a while, and I kept repeating myself because the list keeps changing. So I took a snapshot back in, I think, June. The problem is that snapshot is not holding true, so I've taken another snapshot today. And then I jumped ahead a couple hundred so that it kind of evens out. But you still might see me talk about a few games that I've talked about in the past, but that should run its course in this list or the next. And we're still going to talk about a lot of games that we haven't seen yet. So if you're confused, that's why. There's no good way to do this unless you did the whole list in one day, which would murder me. But here we go. Starting, we are now down to 17,001 we're starting with. The list does not go up to 20,000 as of today. So we're getting close to the end. We can see the end line in sight. And this must mean these games are really bad. Or are they? Let's take a look. Okay, so first we have Murder Mystery Mansion. We always take a look at the first one here on the list. What else is here? Monster Misfits. That sounds interesting. Migrado, Downspin, which I gave a 4 to. The Isle of Dr. Necro. Now, I know I've already talked about some of these, but Petropolis, Battle Cattle. Ooh, I do want to talk about that. Interesting. Chip Leader, the Pac-Man card game. Interesting. Hearing Things. That's like a weird looking game. WCW Nitro Trading Card Game. Risk Battlefield Rogue. Food Chain. That is a lot of games to start off with, and we've only hit the first 20. Here we go. Murder Mystery Mansion. This is from 2008. That is not great art. It's from University Games. It's a whodunit type game. Oh, this looks almost like a Mastermind style game. That's interesting, but really bad component quality. All right, Monster Misfits. Those are some pretty gross Monster Misfits. That guy there is wearing underwear on his head, and they all apparently are slobbering blue slime. That's pretty gross. Let's take a look here. Ridiculous card games where dancing, hairy, butt-faced monsters battle in 4 different realms. Well, it's from Friendly Rabbit Inc. What else have they done? Monster Rejects and Disturbed Friends. Well, they have a shtick at least. Migrado, this is from Jo Aplo. Wow, it's a really pretty game. I really like how this looks. Oh, this is disappointing. If maybe it's ranked low just because it's new. 2013, it's not new. Oh, well. Man, that looks like a really cool game. All right, let's see. Downspin, I already mentioned this one. You turn these cogs. You have these, you're trying to get these tokens down to different spots. It sounds like an awesome idea. Unfortunately, it just doesn't work. Isle of Dr. Necro, one of the first cooperative games I played, has a really awesome story. Unfortunately, the game itself is really boring. Petropolis is an oil-themed game with some nice colors on the board itself. Ugh. That one looks a little better than the other board. Well, if you're trying to make the oil business look bleh, that cover succeeded. Looks like an old-style economic game. Battle Cattle. Huh. This is from Steve Jackson Games, and this was made to play against battle cars, except they had Battle Cattle. There's Caltilla the Hun. half and half, baby, with a cannon on its back. It shoots the cannon. What's going to happen to the cow? I think you could mix them. So I played Battle Cattle, the card game. I never played the actual game. Yeah, these games, although designed this game, I did not know that. This came out in 96, huh? All right, Chip Leader. This is an Odonot game where they gamble a lot. Pac-Man card game. Wow. This is the very definition of a cash-in cover. It's like, we're not even trying here, folks. We just put Pac-Man on the cover. Like, come on now. Shame on. This is the kind of cover that I would be ashamed to show that I did. All right, Hearing Things is next. Oh, have I played this one? I thought I did. You have a noise-canceling headphones. No, I just read about it. I didn't play it. And you're just reading someone else's lips. That's the whole game. You don't even need to play the game. You could just put things in your ears and then look at somebody and try to read their lips. So, noise-canceling headphones that are sold in a mass market game, those can't be very good. WCW Nitro Trading Card Game. Mike Fitzgerald is the designer of this one. Now, I'm assuming that this game is actually a decent game, but you got to be kind of a fan of WCW in the year 2000, which, from what he told me, this game did fairly well. But, yeah, it's your typical CCG. I don't know if the game's any good or not. Mike says it's good, though. Risk Battlefield Rogue. Yeah, we took a look at this one. It showed up earlier. Again, I wish this one, it just looks so cool. It looks like a fun Risk game. And Food Chain. This is a game about eating other things in food chains. I'm pretty sure I reviewed this one. And I'm going to say, I don't have a rating here, but I distinctly remember not really liking this game. But I might be wrong there too. It's been a while since I played it. They're not great components, that's for sure. All right, let's continue to move on. Uno SpongeBob SquarePants. We're not going to look at that just on basis of we care about people. Stone Soup. I like that. Guinness Book of World Records. The Three Commandments. I think we mentioned this earlier. The Dukes of Hazzard game probably is not getting a lot of love these days. White Rabbit, Mastermind for Kids. We did look at that one earlier. And Spoilers, The Beginning. Stop Op. This re-implements Touring, the original auto race game, which, if I'm going to guess correctly, is very Mealborn's. And then we have Disney Tsum Tsum Bubble Fever. I don't know why I played this, but my kids really did like the artwork here. These Tsum Tsums were very popular for a while. BAM! Challenges players to fill in a blank in a card text in order to do the BAM Master. Germany is looking for BAM! So it's apples to apples. Or early Cards Against Humanities. Stone Soup. So the idea of Stone Soup, great fable, where a man comes to town, tells her when he's making stone soup, they give him all the ingredients, and when he's done, he puts the stone away. This one is a game right game, and you're trying to get rid of your stone cards. Put one in a pot, double your risk. Oh, that's an interesting idea. It's ranked pretty lowly, though, unfortunately. Three Commandments. This is trying to figure out what other people are doing, figuring out the rules and taboos, kind of like a more fancy Maui-style game done by the Lamont brothers and Friedman Freese, but not very highly rated. White Rabbit, 1988. Looks like a kid's game. I don't hate the artwork on the cards. I don't even want to know. Looks like a very simple style game. 15-minute game. Mastermind for kids, just a simple version of Mastermind. That's fine. I think I would just jump straight into Mastermind with them if I could. Spoilers, the beginning. There's been a lot of spoilers games as we crossed here. It's just a party trivia game with movie questions and bluffing mechanisms. That's okay. If you like movie trivia, then you'll want to get this one. All right, rock, doodab, Dad's Army. I got to take a look at that one. What does that even mean? There's the Clue card game, or the Cluedo card game. This game's just called King Kong from '76. Word Rummy Cube, Jog der Vampire, and Countdown. It's the final one. Rock. This is from Gigamic, and such a pretty looking game. I like the different rocks there. It sure looks like a typical Gigamic game. I wonder what people don't like about it. Jungle Speed. It's a bag of plastic rocks. There's not much of a game. You throw them and you try to grab pairs and grab them as quickly as possible. Oh, well, there you go. Quick speed memory match. Well, not memory, just quick speed grab. Doodab. This was a word where you say these words, you're putting cards out. I remember thinking that this game was okay, which is why I gave it a 6. All right, Dad's Army. What is this? Crazy capers on patrol as our redoubtable heroes prepare to hold off the Hun. What? That's a terrible. Well, what does the game look like here? Are they in? What is going on in this game? Bum, 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 bum. Spin off the popular 1970s TV sitcom. Well, there you go. The auction website is banned from sale a board game called offensive material that can promote violence, hatred, race, or I don't even know what this is. Is there a Dad's Army TV show? Well, there you go. You learn something new all the time. This is a BBC thing here. Dad's Army. Huh. Well, there you go. I learned something new today. Clue card game. Fantastic. Professor Plum is, ooh, that's not good artwork. Like, these are iconic characters. Reverend Green? All right. Well, yeah, I dislike this artwork on these characters. What is up with all of them? Professor Plum? Yeah. King Kong, 1976. I think a movie came out very, very close to this time. Let's take a look at that. Wow, look at that board. I think I would have liked playing this, though. The idea of King Kong climbing up the building, that seems fun. It's just, this has a really 70s look to it, so that's entertaining. Word Rummy Cube. Do you know I still haven't played Rummy Cube? One of these days I got to get around to playing this game. Jog der Vampire from 1991. This is from Ravensburger. As a vampire who has given up blood for ketchup, you're trying to get across a board to 5 towers to find the Great Tomato. Oh, this is based on his 1986 game Drachenfels, which I haven't played that either. Leo Calavini and Alex Randolph. This one is Leo Calavini's out. Walter Obert's in. 1991. This must have been one of the last games that Alex Randolph did, I suppose. Huh. I got to say, the board isn't really selling me on it. Oh, I've seen those figures, though, before. Another one. I've heard people talk about this game, but I've never played it. And that's kind of a cool-looking board. And then Countdown. This looks like it's based on an actual TV show. It is. And you have to make as long of a word as possible. Huh. Ooh, I like that device. I love devices in games that have buttons and things. All right, let's continue on here. Don't Panic. I'll panic if I want to. Lubeck. Star Wars Galactic Dice Game. Decathlon. Dragon Valley. That one I gave a 5 to. Horseopoly. Yes, That seems the real Ghostbuster game. Hexagon. Hopla Llama. All right, let's take a look at these. Don't panic. You have 6 rounds. Sets a timer, you draw a card, announce a category, you have to name 3 things. Then it's stopped as soon as you say 3 things, and you move it around, and then the next person's 4 things. That's the whole game. Quick thinking, quick naming. Well, obviously there's a lot of versions of it. Are those people, is that guy? What? All right. Lubeck. Reiner Stockhausen. Well, that's interesting. You're like, who's Reiner Stockhausen? Orleans. This is a far drop down for this game from DLP Games. That's a boring looking game, unfortunately. Star Wars Galactic Dice Game. Oh, wow, this almost looks like OCD. Look at those little droids. This would be something, if I saw it, I think I would get it just to have these dice because they're kind of cool dice. Oh, it's Farkle. R2-D2 is 2, C-3PO is 3, Stormtrooper 4, Yoda 5, Boba Fett 6, Darth Vader 10. Okay, so it's your typical style one of those games. Star Wars. Decathlon. Pretty sure this one showed up earlier when we were going through this list. Not interested in this one now, but I really feel like I would have played it back in the day as a teenager. Dragon Valley. So I played Dragon Valley, didn't I? Yeah, I gave it a 5. That's right, because you are each using a wand and working together, and it's just too hard for kids, I thought. The real Ghostbusters. Oh, it's the cartoon-based one. Oh, yeah, this has definitely an 80s vibe to it. This is the 80s, right? Yeah, 1986. This looks like a game that one of my neighbors would have had, and I would have been jealous of, and I've been like, that looks so cool. I like how the house there is split up, and I always like the artwork on these, the real Ghostbusters. I like that cartoon, but it doesn't look like a great game. Hexagon abstract strategy game. We talked about that before by Growing and Spreading. Hopla Llama 2003. This is from Roberto Fraga, who has done quite a few good games like Captain Sonar, Dr. Eureka. This one is not as highly rated, which is too bad because it has llamas. Look at that picture. Gold Saber. Has llama meeples back in 2003. So why do people not like it? Oh, these people seem okay. Oh, it's very chaotic. Is there a game in there? I did not like it so much I threw it away. Oh. Cool little bidding game. Huh. These ratings aren't horrifyingly bad. Totally uncontrollable. Must be played completely drunken to be fun. Okay, so it looks like it's a racing game with a lot of chaos. I might give it a whirl. All right, what do we got left here? Here's Chainmail. Narnia Risk Jr. Chuck It Chicken. Chaos Marauders, 2nd edition. Basket. Oh, Basket. Dear Lord, which I think we've talked about in the past. Taboo Jr., Rail Raiders Infinite, and then Dog Dice. The Dog Dice are over. All right, so this is just a miniatures game, and here's the rule book. Typed on an actual physical typewriter. That's what it looks like anyway. Woo! Gary Gygax. $5. Back in the day. Narnia Risk Jr. This is from Richard Borg, who has done some great games. I like the different pictures. This must have come out around the time of the movie. Yeah, those look like people from the movie for sure. That's definitely Tilda Swanson. Looks cool, but it's probably just a variant on Risk. Chuck It Chicken. I wanted to like this game more than I did. as these things fall down and you're trying to knock stuff over, but it's too easy to knock things over, and it just doesn't have any. I mean, this game looks so fun, and it's not. I think my 4 rating is a disappointment that the mechanical part of this game did not work as much as I wanted it to. Chaos Marauders is from Fantasy Flight Games, one of their small Silver Line games. And wow, it's been a really long time since I've seen this one. When did I rank this? 2011. So it's been a decade. And you're moving chiefs in, standard bearers. I didn't like it back then. I probably wouldn't like it now. Basket. So many good memories of Basket. We played this all the time as a kid. So Basket is this. There's different versions. That's not the one I had. That's the one I had. And so it's kind of like, your typical game that you might find in an arcade. And so this ping pong ball is moving around there, and then you have these mechanical metal pieces. You pull back and shoot towards the basket. You can hit the basket from most of them, but you could also pass it up to a closer one or whatever. I think you could shoot a basket from every single spot on the board. It was just fun. It was silly fun. We played it over and over and over again. I played it with my dad. I remember Basket. Dear Lord, I've already talked about this one. Not very interested in how it looks, and obviously, give the opposite answer to 3 questions. You can discard your hand and draw that many cards. Woohoo. Taboo Jr. People like Taboo, I guess, okay. Taboo Jr. just has 3 words rather than 5. Rail Raiders Infinite. Oh, I never did play this game. We did an unboxing for it in 2018. I loved how the miniatures looked. And my daughter, Melody, played it with some people and came back and said something like she would quit gaming if she ever had to play it again. She hated it that much, which I was really surprised about. And that was easily the consensus I got, which was so unfortunate because it looked so cool from Ninja Division. But let's take a look at the comments. Adorable, fun concept with bad rulings. Well, so some people are giving it positive reviews here. It's a poker dice luck fest. Gameplay's boring. Game is terrible. Gameplay is quick and intuitive. It was 6. Yeah, I think the positive ones are the people who like the miniatures, but the gameplay, people are saying bad things about the gameplay. I never did play it. Dog dice, the last one we're looking at today. Those are dino dice. That must be another version of this. Looks almost like, it's bingo. As I say, it looks a little like bingo. So you roll dice and get bingo cards. Yeah, that doesn't sound great. Well, but it is what it is. And there we go. We made it through another 100. And they're only going to get worse from here on out. I didn't see any game today that I was super excited about, although Basket's not a great game, but I have such nostalgia for that game. Are there games here that you have nostalgia for, that you really like or you want to talk about? Mention those in the comments below. Anyway, until next time, I'm Tom Vassell, and you've been watching 10,000 and Below on the Dice Tower.